I sold 40 million books about love and hope, but I never lived a single day according to what I wrote. I wrote 12 bestsellers that made strangers cry. My own tears, I never allowed them. My novels gave the world happy endings. My life had no ending, only empty pages. I built an empire of romance on paper. In real life, I had no one to share it with. Beach villa, Netflix contracts, millions in the bank, and not a single real friend. I paid ghostwriters to finish my stories. I paid even more to hide my emptiness. Fans called me their inspiration. I was the biggest fraud in publishing. I wrote about soulmates. I had never truly loved anyone, not even myself. Every book signing felt like a performance, until one old woman handed me the truth. She was 80. She gave me her dead daughter's diary and said, "You promised to live for her." My books killed her daughter's hope. That night, they finally killed mine too. I stood on stage smiling while my soul quietly broke in front of a stranger. I had everything money could buy. I had nothing money couldn't buy. A real life. I stopped writing bestsellers the day I realized I was the story thief. I stole hope from readers and never gave any back to myself. That old woman's words burned hotter than any rejection letter I ever received. I walked away from my publishing empire the same week I walked toward prison cells. I no longer write for royalties. I write for prisoners who have no voice.
I write for the homeless under bridges, stories they can actually live. You write stories, hell, most folks just walk on by.
I want to change that.
All right, listen.
For the first time, my words weren't for sale. They were for healing. A prisoner sent me a short story he wrote. I cry harder than any reader ever cried for my books. I traded book tours for prison visits. The applause there meant more. My bestsellers made me rich. Writing for the forgotten made me human again. I used to measure success by copies sold. Now I measure it by hearts touched. The woman who never lived her own story finally started writing someone else's. I sold love in hardcover. I finally learned to give it away for free. My ghostwriters are gone. My real voice is just beginning. I had 40 million readers. I had 0 people who truly knew me. The diary that destroyed me also saved me. I wrote about second chances. I finally gave myself one. From penthouse to prison library, the best plot twist of my life. I stopped chasing deadlines and started chasing meaning. My books were fiction. My redemption is the only true story I ever told. The day I stopped publishing was the day I started living. I had no story of my own until I gave my story away. I built a career on beautiful lies. I'm ending it with one ugly truth. Readers thought I had it all. The mirror showed me I had nothing. That 80-year-old woman didn't come for an autograph. She came to free me. I traded fame for forgiveness and never regretted it. My novels ended with hope. My real life finally began with it. I was the queen of happy endings. I forgot how to write my own. The prison bars taught me more about freedom than any luxury resort ever did. I used to fear writer's block. Now I fear going back to my old life. Every story I wrote was a lie I told myself. I sold hope in bookstores. I now give it away in shelters.
Thank you. This means so much.
You're welcome. It's the least I can do. My daughter's laugh will never exist, but the prisoner's smiles do. I was rich on paper. I became wealthy in the human soul. The old woman's diary became the only honest page in my entire career. I stopped being a best-selling author. I started being a real writer. My confession. I wrote about love I never felt and hope I never had. From London penthouses to cardboard shelters, this is my real book tour. I finally wrote a story worth living. The greatest plot twist wasn't in my books. It was in my life. I had 12 bestsellers. I had 0 real chapters of my own.
In these walls, we find our truth, bound by chains yet free in words. Your stories, my stories, we share the pain.
That one old woman did what 40 million readers could not. She woke me up. I closed my publishing deal so I could open my heart. My words used to make millions dream. Now they help the broken heal. I traded book launches for prison writing workshops and found peace. The day a prisoner's letter made me cry was the day I became a real author. lived in a world of fiction until reality finally claimed me. I sold hope. I never believed in it until I gave it away for free.
My legacy is no longer on bestseller lists. It's in the hearts of the forgotten.
I had the perfect author brand. I had the emptiest soul in London. The story thief finally returned what she stole. I wrote endings for everyone else. I finally wrote a beginning for myself. From ghostwriters to real voices, this is my true redemption arc. I stopped chasing the next bestseller. I started chasing the next kind word. My books were my escape. Writing for others became my home. I wrote 12 bestsellers about love and hope. Today I live them, one free story at a time.